Okay, so what you just did when you opened that up is that the water in here, now it's going to open it up. Okay, so now what's happening is the water is flowing through the valve. And how can we know that that's true? We go over here to, what does it say on top here? 6, right.
That's 6?
Yes.
And it's not leaking, it's letting out the pressure. So that you wouldn't say, oh, my thing's leaking. If you opened up the bleeder, that's what it's supposed to look like.
So let's go over here to, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of those valves corresponds to a line of beds. And there's a magic to that, and I'll get to that in a second. But she just opened up the bleeder, and okay, open it.
Open it more.
Well, Wally, look.
Oh, great. So what is that called again?
A valve, a
Huh?
drop valve,
Huh?
or the spigot.
Another shutoff
Or
valve.
the shut off.
So we turn the shutoff valve on, and dripping ensues,
In line 6.
which is all these boxes right here. Okay, notice how they planted the seeds right there next to the tube. So we're going to go through these tubes and what they all mean in a minute, but I'm showing you the big picture now and showing you how these valves are tied into each of these beds. So the water goes to that valve, from that valve over to these 6 beds. We go to number 5, and it goes to those 6 beds, number 4, those 6 beds, and so on.
If you open up a bleeder and you forget to close it, the shut-off valve here at the local spot can actually also turn off the water. But it's always best to remember to turn your bleeder off if you turned it on.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Right.
people walk away
And forget about
and
it.
they forget about it.
Right.
So what is the point of putting to get the bleeder on?
The bleeder is just to let you know that there's water coming to the valve. That's really what it's for.
It's a manual way to let
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
not so
Without
much
opening the
to check this.
It's a
There's different
manual
way to
way.
check this, but it's really to say, okay, I know that the water is on, and how would you know that the water is not on?
If nothing is coming out.
That's right, nothing would come out, and this is how that would look.
So you can kind of like,
Control. We can control the water
Which
to
step?
all 6 valves at the same time here, right? We can control the water to that particular bed with that shutoff that she turned on, or we can shut off the water to that whole line by not turning this valve on. So we have control at all levels, at the bed level, at the valve level, at the irrigation station level.
We have what he's shown you so far is manual control, because we also have electronic control.
oh yeah.
And in some cases, it's even Wi-Fi enabled. But he's showing you the different shut-off positions for the entire system, for locally at one bed, for just one valve. He's showing you all of the shut-off opportunities, the manual shut-off opportunities.
And why does that matter, Fatima? Why does it matter if you have different shutoffs? Or
Well, if you needed, for example, to shut off a valve, it could be overflowing or something might be broken. A bed may need more irrigation, and you would turn that on continuously, let it flow until you feel it's enough.
So it's important to be able to, when you have a leak, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? You got to know where the closest shutoff is. And if that shutoff doesn't shut it off, then you go back and you shut off the valve. And if that doesn't shut off the leak, then you have to come back over here and shut this off.
So let's close the bleeder. So
And
remember,
the value, you can also open the valve using the solenoid. So Mia mentioned electronic, right? So I just showed you how everything works manually. Well, this device right here is an electronic device called the solenoid. You see here it has wires that are attached to this controller right here.
what's it called?
This is called a controller.
Solenoid.
This
Thank
is
you.
called a solenoid. Okay? So this solenoid basically operates two different ways. One is you can open it like this and the water flows, or, and this is what I was trying to teach you, is that whenever you're testing to see if there's water to the valve, use the bleeder. And the reason why is because the bleeder can't come off. Whereas if you keep unscrewing this, it can come off. And this is connected, all the water right now is right here. And I want you guys to come over here and take a look and see what the pressure is right here.
Is that 50?
It's about 45 pounds PSI. Okay? So
Pressure per inch.
pounds per square inch. What do you think the pressure of the water is at your house? It comes into your house at your sink or at your shower.
I forgot I just put I just put that thing.
The gauge.
Yeah, just
What's it called? 30?
Pressure
gauge.
gauge.
Yeah, pressure gauge.
And you measured it at the hose bib?
Yeah, I did it on that side.
And what did you find?
I have too much. My pressure in my house was too high.
Oh, too high.
It was too high.
Above 50?
10?
I forgot.
Too high means probably over 70.
Yeah, it was over.
And so a lot of times when they build homes, the water comes in and they'll put a pressure regulator on the water that comes into the house. And that usually is set at 55 pounds. So ideally inside your house, all of your appliances in your house, your dishwasher, everything runs at about 55 pounds. Okay? This is running at 45 pounds. Because Luis has restricted the water up there at that head that we saw there. So everything in this property, more or less, is 45 pounds. But what you can do is when you come in here and something is just not right, you see something spraying or there's a problem, then you can come over here and you can see. This is what the pressure is typically, 45. Fatima, you would see that. You come over here, you see this, and you see this thing way up here. There's a problem up there, right? And I showed you, but I really need to show her where the shutoff is for this, this whole area here. Because there could be blowouts anywhere along the area there, that even before this, right? If there's a blowout over there, that water is before this. And so she has to know where the shutoff is for that line, which is there where I showed you all before.
And the city controls the pressure coming to the property.
Yeah, for the most part. And that is controlled by pumps in all these different places all around. And every water district is different in terms of the ambient pressure inside the pipes in that district. So if you're in Chula Vista, different than if you're living in Rancho Santa Fe, what the ambient pressure is in the thing. But everybody, all contractors, basically put the pressure down to 55 pounds when they're building a house in order for that water to go in there. Because what they found is that all those appliances start to rot and they start to have problems when the pressure is over 60 pounds. You have to change gaskets out. You got to change your aerators out. You have to change all these little parts at home in order to keep up with the high pressure. So we try to keep it at 55. So here, introduction to the controller. Yay! And this is a Beehive controller made by Orbit, which is actually can be Wi-Fi enabled, which means that I can run this controller from my phone in my bed. So it's a beautiful thing, right? But if we don't have the internet and we don't have electricity, then this is not going to help us, right? But if we don't have electricity, we still should be able to have water pressure, my brother, and we should be able to still use a hose to water the plants. But this is the whole the whole reason for an irrigation system is so that you don't have to be out there watering at 6 o'clock in the morning, right?
But this would work since you have both manual and...
Everybody understands the manual now, so even without a controller, you understand how water is delivered, at what pressure, by reading the gauge, and, you know, and where you can shut that off and control it manually. But now we're going to step into a whole new realm of electronics.
Right. Right. So, and that's, you know, just as we have advanced as a civilization, you know, power and so forth. And so we have this device right here. So all these valves are connected to this device here. Valve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every one of those valves is connected here and controlled here. So who wants to be my first?
Well,
first.
I'm picking people. Go for it. Well, it's gonna be a good one.
So all the controllers are different, but they essentially, basically coordinate three things: what time the water starts, how long it's on, and how often you want to water. So we have start time, run time, and we have days of the week. Those are the three parameters that you're governing when you're running, when you're using a controller. Okay? So if we come over here, we see that we have, in this particular controller, every controller is different, but all they have the same features. You just have to find the features. So you see here, it's got auto, manual, date time, start time, run time, how often, and budget. And you run these things by moving this dial. So why don't you move that dial? We want to move it to manual. Very good. So manual, and then push that button in. Good. It says now you're going to run all stations, and we're just going to go ahead and run all stations. And so what's going to happen then is that, let's see, what does it say here? Oh, 0 minutes. So I have to put it. I have to put in some minutes, and I didn't put any minutes. So let's do it again. Manual. Good. Very good. And then it says station all. It says minutes. Let's give it a minute. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good. And then enter. Cool. Station 1. You hear that pop?
That kick?
So that is the electronic. Basically, what that did is it hit inside there. The electrical charge moved the solenoid up like this, and that popped the seat inside here up. And as soon as that happened, water starts flowing. So that is the electronic way of opening, and then
Opening the valve.
yeah, how do we close the valve? Very good, very good, very good.
Turn it off.
Very good.
That's what I do.
Just like push
I
off.
just go to off.
That's what I was thinking.
Control Alt Delete.
The off is at the end of what?
See how intuitive it is, though?
Right back off.
That was very intuitive. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So all she wanted to do was shut it off, right? So she looked for the off button, and it wouldn't work. Another button that works all the time is clear. What that does is it clears whatever programming you put in there. It stops that programming. So that's another way of shutting it off. Anybody else want to try this out?
I like to hit off because if I always feel like if I hit clear, I'm going to clear
Yeah,
the
I just
whole.
wanted to say it.
I'm going to clear the intelligent
Yeah.
design.
The way to think of it is
Yeah.
that if you're